If you're willing to share, what do you still feel guilty about? And how do you deal with guilt?
My God, why can't you hear me now when I need you? Why don't you come around?
Hola, Kinaleto, aka Mahali Selepe, the girl that calls 4 countries home. Welcome to my channel, guys. Thank you so much for being here. I really truly appreciate it. Please do join our family by clicking that subscribe button if you have not already. If you have, thank you. You are the real MVP. Thank you, guys. So after recording my previous video, I remembered the other thing that I still regret that I wanted to share. Thank you for your support on my previous uploads, guys. I am having increased viewership numbers, all thanks to you. Thank you so much, guys. Let's keep watching, rewatching, replaying, sharing those videos. Okay, so this thing that I still feel better about, that I still am regretful about, happened in 2005. I think it was. So we lived in Wales and we were in Birmingham for a special program. I think I was pregnant, or Rhea was a baby, or anyway, 2005 he would have been 2. I just remember I was extremely stressed. Like, I was so stressed with my first child. I was so very stressed. And I remember seeing a friend, Miza Mtoninji. She had a baby and she was not stressed. She was so chilled. She was happy. She was, and I said to her, wow, how do you do that? And I was like, this is what I'm going to do, with my second baby. I think I was pregnant at this time. I was pregnant. I had Rhea, and it had just been a challenging time. Like, life had just been challenging, and motherhood, like the whole like I was just depressed. And I wasn't happy. I wasn't a happy mother. I wasn't a happy, I was just stressed. I found motherhood extremely stressful. Although I did everything I needed to do and, acted the right way and did everything, I made sure that my boy feels the love and everything. I was extremely stressed. I was just stressed with my life. I was just stressed with everything. And then I see Miza. Miza is not stressed. Like, her kids stressed me, and she was fine. She was beating them up or whatever she needed to do, and yet after that she's over it. Like, after beating them up, she's over it. She's fine. She's happy. They're her friends. And I thought, wow, I like that. So anywho, with Hale, that's what I was like. Okay, I am gonna enjoy this child. I'm gonna enjoy having 2 kids, having my hands full. I'm just gonna enjoy myself. I'm not gonna stress anymore, because with Rhea, I had expected Mulapo to help me and he was not helping me, and I was so stressed. When he cries at night, like, he stopped breastfeeding pretty early on. He had gotten unwell when he was 3 days old. He had actually just stopped breathing, and went pale, went blue. I mean, us, we don't go blue, but blue, you understand. And after that, he just wouldn't breastfeed. He tried, and I didn't have anything as well. And and mom was like, hey, give him formula. And I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to give him formula, but he was always crying. Like, I just had nothing, so that really affected me. But anywho, so as a result, I did not need to wake up. Like, when he cries at night, or when he needs taking care of, or whatever, like, I didn't need to be woken up, So I used to be so upset, the baby's crying and Mulapo is nudging me 1 hour, and I'm thinking, he doesn't breastfeed. If you heard him cry, you should be waking up and going to tend to him. You can make the bottle. You know where the bottles are. You know how to warm the milk up. Why are you waking me up? So I was stressed. Like, life just felt unfair, I mean, at the time, of course, I didn't know. Just all men are like that, If you have a man who's not like that, kudos to you, sis. You know, so I was not understanding, why am I not being helped? Why am I the one who's, you know, sleepless nights during the day? It's me also, like everything that the baby cries, the baby does this, it's me. I have to do everything. So I was pretty stressed. So yeah, thanks to Miza, you know, I just decided, okay, I'm not gonna expect anything from anybody. I'm not gonna expect help. And that has been my attitude since, really. Like, if Mulapo helps, then I'm so grateful. It's a cherry on top, you know. If my husband chips in with the kids, hallelujah. But I'm not expecting him to, like, because the expectations really did my head in. So anyway, so I was in that state of mind, you know. I just gave you that long background just to explain to you, like, where I was. I was stressed. I was just stressed. Okay. I'm not sure if I was studying as well. No, the year I was studying, I've told you guys when I studied in Cardiff, and then I dropped out. And then there's a time when I was studying in 2005. I was actually pregnant with the baby we lost. The baby between... So if you guys have been here for a while, you know about our baby that we lost when he was 12 weeks old. But I miscarried between the kids, between Mahali and Rhea. So I think I was actually pregnant as well, and studying, you know. So there was emotion, like hormones were all over the place. Okay, I think I can feel giving my reasons, like I'm trying to, because I feel so bad about my behavior. I'm trying to give a background that will sort of justify-ish, but there's no justice. There is nothing that can justify this, guys. So anyway, there was this group from Pretoria that was visiting Birmingham. I can't even remember what they were called. You know, they sang really well, but I was just not in a good mood just that whole weekend. And I didn't understand why I'm not happy. Seeing people from home was always the highlight. It's always the highlight. Even when you're here, when people come from home and visit, it's a huge highlight. You know, you just feel like you know them. You don't know them, but you're so excited. You know, when your friends' parents come, or your church mates' parents, you know, come from Zim, from South Africa, it's like, hey, it feels like it's your own parent. You know, we're all very, very excited. So there was this group, and I sing, and there was this group that sings that was there. I was just not happy. I don't know what was happening with me, but I tried. I really tried. So anyway, and then I think there was they had a performance that evening. I think there was remember where I told you guys where I started singing, when I spoke about why I don't sing anymore. Look up that video. I will link it up below, why I stopped singing. That same place, they used to have that like every year in Birmingham, where they had like all churches around. They come together and have this tent meeting, big Sabbath thing. So these guys came around that time, not the same time when I first started singing, but it was during that program on another year. So they were there, and then I remember asking Mulabo that, okay, I need to be home. I think I asked, let's not go to the service because we've seen them sing. I think they had done a few other programs. We had seen them sing in the morning, we had seen them sing. So I told her, look, it's very important for me to get it home I'll just make an example because I can't remember details. We need to be home by 8 so that so that Rhea can go to bed. You know, for the night routine, I was those mothers. Like I have to follow. He had to have his bath, his Bible story, it had to happen the same time every day. So I was like, Mutuaka, we can't stay because we're not gonna make it for this and this and this if we stay. He's like, no, I'll make sure. I was like, I know you. You know, anybody who knows my husband, you know that if we go to church, we are the last ones to leave. Like now, it's something I know. It's something I'm fine with. Like it doesn't even bother me. Yeah, I have come a long way. It used to Yeah. Oh my days. It hasn't always not bothered me. Let me just put it that way. So I was like, I know we're not going to leave on time. We need to leave on time. So let's not go to the service. He said, no, don't worry. I'll make sure as soon as we're done, we leave. Okay. So we went to the service. The service finished. You know, a bit earlier, like there was enough time. Like it was 2 hours, a 2-hour drive home from Birmingham to Brecon. So he's busy chatting. He's chatting to different people. And then, you know, I was chatting to different people as well. And then I'm looking at the time like, okay, I should probably go warn him. So I see him standing with this gentleman. You know, it's an older person. I hadn't spoken to. I don't know. I think we had taken a day trip because as far as I remember, I hadn't spoken to this gentleman yet. I hadn't been introduced to any of the members. I think we had come that morning to the service and going back that evening. So I see him. He's talking to this guy. I'm like, okay. I'm looking at the time, like, okay, I think this is a time to leave now. I'm like, okay. I distract myself with other things, you know. Ria is being a child, you know, and annoying, and you know, and pulling my thing, like he's being restless. That's the word I'm looking for. I think he was younger. I think he was younger than 2. Anyway. You know, he's getting agitated and, you know, I'm getting palpitations as well. I'm like, we should be leaving now. Like, we should be leaving now. And I keep looking. 15 minutes, 30 minutes. Woo! And I think one of our friends, Neba, I think was like, sis. I think he sort of saw, because like everybody knew me, you know. I come a long way, guys. Oh, in Birmingham, when we in England, when we first got to England, oh my days, my emotions were all over the place. It took me a long time to control my emotions. I was uncontrollable. Anyway, I'm like, no man. 45 minutes. Okay, I can't even remember how much long it was then by the time I went there. You know, now I'm boiling. I think I went to the car. I think I went to the car. I drove the car. I brought the car closer. I can't quite remember. But I was like, hey, I went there. I was like, can you not see the time? It's time to leave. I told you we have to go. Eh, but I'm even holding back because he's here. It's embarrassing. I don't want Red to even know that his mother used to be like this. But anyway, let me try and show you. I'm like, guys, not even a hello to the person he was with. This is an elderly gentleman from South Africa. Like, it's not even a white person, it's not even a Western person who wouldn't even care if nobody says hello. Firstly, I'm supposed to say hello to someone. But I was so much in my selfish world, I did not even see him. I'm seeing Mulapo doing me wrong. Why is he still chatting to this person? Why are we not going? We're supposed to leave, we're supposed to be gone by now. The child is supposed to be sleeping. You know, he was so happy. Hey, I'm sure I embarrassed my husband so much. Oh my goodness. And I embarrassed myself and I embarrassed that guy. That guy just didn't know what to do. But I think I did like smile and say, like, guys, it was irredeemable. It was so bad. It was so bad. It was bad. Like, you. And I was not able to redeem myself. I have never seen this guy again. And I know. Like, there's no, how do you forget something like that? How do you forget such an experience? I wonder what he says when he sees me on CDs, seeing me singing in churches. It's not funny. Ooh, I could not even apologize. If you are watching, or someone, if you're watching and someone has told you this has happened to them, or it's you that day, I am so sorry. I am so sorry. Like, I was so sorry. I was so, after the words came out and the rage came out, I felt so bad, but I didn't know what to do. So I just walked to the car. You know, Mulapo just took it. And I've apologized to him. You know, I've apologized to him for so many things, that I used to have a lot of episodes like that where I'm just annoyed and I'm just shouting and just da. But no, guys, I've done well. It's been like, what, I think 15 good years now, me not even raising my voice. I'm like, he knows, now he's doing it. Yes, sir, yes, sir. Yes, this way, okay. That way, okay. But I used to be in the extreme left. Now I'm in the extreme right. Guys, it used to be bad. It used to be. I was just an angry person. I was just, hey. You know, not all the time, but you know, it was tough. For me, my first baby, it was tough. And of course, I had my accident. My accident was still very, very fresh, you know. So the pain of that, the child crying this side, hey. But it's not an excuse. It is not an excuse, and it's not an excuse at all. And I feel so bad. So I still feel extremely guilty about that. It's extremely embarrassing. It's extremely embarrassing. Like, that should never happen. But it happened. But I think on Wednesday I'm gonna talk about guilt. I just need to do some research. If I'm ready this Wednesday, I'll do it. Otherwise, it's gonna be one of the Wednesdays, you know, healthy Wednesdays, talking about how to deal with guilt and how to rid yourself of guilt, how to just accept God's forgiveness and not guilt. And of course, it's something that is relevant to me, as you can see, because I guess we're talking already. Hi, this thing, you know, yeah, I do feel guilty about it sometimes. It comes back to me and I feel so bad. Like, I used to feel so bad that I just want the earth open up so you can swallow me. How could I do that? How could I do me when I was brought up so well? Pella, I'm out here representing my family. I'm representing everybody that has been part of my life, and I come here and do this. Who does that? And of course, worst thing was I couldn't even find this gentleman. There was no other time. They were leaving that following week. I lived 2 hours away. Like, this was, yeah, I could not apologize. So that's the other thing that I still feel guilty about. If you're willing to share, what do you still feel guilty about? And how do you deal with guilt? You know, if you have found a solution, give us tips. Give us tips down below in the comment sections. Thank you guys for watching. I love you. But remember that God loves you even more. And that is true. Ciao, ciao. You watched everything. Thank you so much for watching everything. Now don't forget to subscribe and go back to my other videos and scroll and watch everything. There's very good things in here, very good interesting things. You are number one. Now thank you and take care of yourself.